Hi YouTube, my name is Celeste. I'm fairly new to the YouTube community. This is going to be my first video. I plan on compiling a bunch of do-it-yourself videos based on mineral makeup. So how to make your own mineral makeup, what the ingredients are in mineral makeup, and so on and so forth. The first couple videos that I plan on making are about fillers. Then the next one will be about pigments such as micas and iron oxides, and the other videos will focus on the types of things you need to get started, sterilization, and it'll go from there. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm back. So I want to talk about ingredients, and before I get into each filler, I wanted to talk about what makes up a formula. So a formula is basically a base and pigments. Pigments are iron oxides or micas. They can also be dyes, but if you're making mineral makeup, you want to keep it real, you know, basically you want to keep it natural. So for a base, there are 4 properties to a base. So the properties are adhesion, slip, coverage, and for it to be translucent. And so each filler has these properties. So let's get started on the fillers. So a very main ingredient, so I'm going to actually just really mainly cover 3 of the main ingredients, and then I'll go into some of the secondary fillers that you can use in your formulas. One of the main ones is titanium dioxide. So this is it right here. You can see it looks kind of chunky. It's a very, very dense filler. It's a mineral. It's really white. Basically, it has two main properties. Sorry. It's very opaque, so it offers really good coverage. It has really good adhesion. Did I say that when I talked about properties? I hope I did. But adhesion is really important as well, so adds that stick to the skin. So it's adhesive, it's opaque, and yeah, it's basically it's adhesive, so it's sticky, and it has a lot of coverage. It also has a natural skin protectant in it as well. So it's really good. It's really good. It's also a lightener. So like I said, it's very opaque. It's really white, so it can really lighten up your formula. So you overdo it and you make it too dark, you can add some extra titanium dioxide and lighten it up. If you're making using iron oxides to make an eyeshadow and you want to have a lighter iron oxide, use this, make it lighter. The next one is zinc oxide. This one's also really popular. It's kind of similar to titanium, but it's actually a natural UVA sun protectant. So a lot of sunscreens, like natural sunscreens, they use zinc. But you can see it here. It's also got little chunks in it, so it's also quite dense, and it also offers adhesion and coverage. So very similar. Yeah, and it has sunscreen. Next one that's really popular is Sericite mica, and a lot of mineral makeup companies use this instead of using bismuth, because bismuth can be quite irritating, or some people are sensitive to it and irritates their skin, makes them itchy. So this is used to replace that. And the properties that this has is it has a lot of slip, so it helps the foundation glide onto your skin. It can also be have a nice shine to it. So, you know, a lot of people like that Bare Essentials because it has that iridescence, that shine to it, which personally I don't like, but you can get that in this. This one is actually a lot more matte. It's just plain Sericite. It's a very, 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 very finely milled mica. I know I'm going to get comments about micas being irritating. I would say less so with Sericite. If you're using straight up mica, some companies use like Oriental Beige mica, which is straight up mica. Well, this is too. Oh, one little background on micas is all micas in their original form are white. Okay, the colored ones are coated with iron oxides or dyes. So, a little background on that. I want to touch on a little bit about how some people are going to say, oh, this is irritating. You're more likely going to get irritation from bismuth oxychloride than you are from mica. Okay, you're going to be hard pressed to find mineral makeup that isn't going to contain some type of mica in it, because it does need those properties of slip, and, you know, gives that nice, like, kind of soft feeling. I have seen some companies online that instead of using Sericite, they're using mica and methicone. And basically what mica and methicone are is it's a mica that's coated with silicone. And just like, you know, primers and stuff like that have silicone or silicone in them, it kind of helps sit on top of the skin, and it kind of cushions the mica. This is also not always used as a replacement. Sometimes you just use this so it has that property where it sits on top of the skin. And this also has got a nice shine to it. Can't really see that while I'm showing, but yeah. But let me get back to the reason why some people are sensitive to micas. Is basically what mica is little itty tiny bitty crystals, and crystals have jagged edges. So even though this is like super finely milled, and it's not very likely you're gonna have irritation from it. I would say more likely if it's not milled a lot, maybe if it's a higher particle of mica, potentially causing more irritation. But that's basically why. Kind of scratches the skin and causes irritation. Not very likely with Sericite. Okay. So that kind of covers 3 of the main ones. I'm not covering bismuth oxychloride because I don't use that in my formula. Sorry. Oh, one thing to note. If you see this as like Sericite mica as a main ingredient to a formula, you can assume that formula is probably going to be medium coverage at best. Just because this is mostly going to add that slip and it has medium adhesion. Usually if that is the main ingredient, you're going, you know, titanium or zinc are going to be second or third in the ingredient list. But if titanium dioxide is the main ingredient, it's most likely going to be a more full coverage formula because it's heavier, it's denser, it's more opaque, so it's going to be more full coverage. So those are the 3 main ones. I know there's some mineral companies, that they really keep it simple and they only use these 3 plus an iron oxide for pigment. So I think that's everyday minerals. So you can do that.